Today I'm gonna teach you 3 common mistakes when pronouncing verbs in the past. Okay, so talking about regular verbs in English, we have 3 different sounds when changing regular verbs into the past. So for example, we have words like jump. This verb, this regular verb, changes to this other word. And for example, let's say organize changes to this word in the past, of course. And also we can have invite, which changes to this other word. So these 3 words have different sounds. I mean, the endings sound different. So we'll see a lot of examples to explain to you that difference. Are you ready? So let's begin. Our first word is work. Work. How do you pronounce this word in the past? Of course, it's worked. Worked. It is not work it. It's not worked. It's worked. Worked. So you know that this word ends with a sound, with a K sound. This word ends with a K sound, like a K in Spanish. So when changes to the past, the sound is like a T. Worked. Worked. Last year we worked at home because of the quarantine. Last year we worked at home because of the quarantine. Let's see another example. Discuss. Discuss. How do you pronounce this word in the past? That's right. Discussed. Discussed. The same way, this word finishes in the S, in like an S sound. Discuss. So the past is discussed. Discussed. It's the same sound, like a T. Discussed. Discussed. My team and I discussed the best way to solve this problem. My team and I discussed the best way to solve this problem. So, let's see another example. Fix. Fix. How do you say that in the past? That's right. Fixed. 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 The same way. It's like a T in the end. So this word ends with a KS sound, like a X. KS sound, right? Fix changes to fixed. Fixed. My brother fixed my laptop last week. My brother fixed my laptop last week. So another word, another verb. We have watch. Watch. How do you say that in the past? That's right, it's watched. Watched. I know it may sound difficult at the beginning, but when you practice, you can master it. Watch changes to watched. Watched. I was angry when I watched the news. Of course, I'm exaggerating right now because in the real life, people don't exaggerate the past. They don't say watched. That's the best way, the right way, the formal way. But it would be something like watched. Watched. I was angry because I watched the news. I was angry when I watched the news. Can you see the difference? Watch, watched. The other word is jump. Jump. Changes to jumped. Jumped. Because of the word, this word ends with a P sound. Jump. The past is jumped. Jumped. Like a T at the end. Jump. Jumped. She jumped 3 meters with a ball in the nose. She jumped 3 meters with a ball in the nose. Now let's practice together. I'm gonna say the verb first and then you tell me, you have to pronounce the same verb but in the past. Try to exaggerate, okay? So let's do it. Our first word is work. Excelente. Worked. The next one is discuss. Wonderful. Discussed. The next one is fix. Pretty good. That's right. Fixed. The next one is watch. Awesome. It is watched, right? The next one and the last one is jump. Good. It's jumped. Let's go on. So let's see the second way to pronounce verbs in the past, okay? So how do you say this word arrange in the past? Of course, it's arranged. It is not arrange it or arranged. No, it's arranged. Arranged. We arranged a job meeting for tomorrow. We arranged a job meeting for tomorrow. In this word, the ending sound is j. This sound doesn't exist in Spanish. No, we don't have it. But when that sound finishes in this j, it changes from arrange to arranged. It's like a D, like a sound of a D in the end. Let's see another verb. Agree. How do you say this one in the past? Of course, it's agreed. It is not agreed or agreed it. No, it's agreed. The same way, this word finishes like in a vowel, in like an E sound. Agree and changes to agreed. Because of the word finishes with an E sound, it is said agreed, like a D in the end. My family agreed not to go out because of the lockdown. My family agreed not to go out because of the lockdown. Let's continue. How do you say this word? Behave in the past. That's right. Behaved. Can you see the difference? It is not behaved. It's behaved. Can you see? Do you notice the ending sound? Behave finishes in a V sound. So because of this, the past is behaved. A D sound. Behaved. He behaved like a mature man for the first time. He behaved like a mature man for the first time. Let's see another example. Join. How do you say it in the past? Joined. Because the word finishes with an end sound, it is joined. 2 years ago, I joined this company as an engineer. 2 years ago, I joined this company as an engineer. Okay, let's carry on. What about this word? Organize. How do you say that one in the past? That's right. Organized. Do you see the difference? It is not organized. It is not organized. It's organized. Organized. You have to make sure the ending is voiced. What do I mean by voiced? It's like your throat vibrates when you pronounce it. Let's say, organize, nice, nice. Your vocal cords vibrate. And because of it, the sound in the past is organized. You should say it this way, organized, like a D in the end. This workshop was organized by the company. This workshop was organized by the company. Now it's time to practice together. I'm gonna say the verb first, and then you have to pronounce the same verb but in the past. Okay, once again, try to exaggerate, okay? So let's do it. Okay, our first word is arrange. Perfect is arranged. Arranged. Okay? The next one is agree. Excellent is agreed. 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 The next one is behave. Good. Behaved. Behaved would be in the past. Behaved, like a D sound. Our next word is join. Of course, it is joined. 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 Our last word is organize. Outstanding. Organized. 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 That's the best way. And now let's see the third way to pronounce verbs in the past. So, how do you pronounce this word in the past? Chat. Chat. How do you say it in the past? Of course, it's chatted. Chatted. Do you see the difference? It's not chatted or chatted. It's chatted. Chatted. This one is easy. When you see like a T sound or D sound at the end of the verb, you can realize that the verb changes from chat to chatted. Chatted. It's been a while since we chatted. It's been a while since we chatted. Another example. Present. Present. How do you say this one in the past? That's right. Presented. Presented. Like I said before, if you hear the T sound at the end of the verb, the word changes from present to presented. Presented. The president presented the action plan to the citizens. The president presented the action plan to the citizens. Okay, so the next one is end. End. Changes into ended. Ended. Like I said before, the verb ends with a D sound. So changes from end to ended. Ended. The project ended successfully in 2019. The project ended successfully in 2019. The next one is need. Need. Changes to needed. Needed, of course. Need, which ends with a D sound, changes to needed. Needed. Peruvians needed to be more responsible during the quarantine. Peruvians needed to be more responsible during the quarantine. Okay, moving on. We have invite. invite. How do you say it in the past? That's right, it's invited. Invited. Invite changes into invited. Invited. Even though you see like a vowel at the end of this verb, invite, the sound ends with a T sound. Invite. And changes, because of it, it changes into invited. Invited. You have to make sure that the sound ends with a D or T. And you can say that it's like an id sound in the past. Several teachers were invited to the online training. Several teachers were invited to the online training. And the last word is persuade. Persuade. How do you say that one in English in the past? Of course, it's persuaded. 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 It's the same as invite. But in this case, persuade ends with a D sound. Persuade. Persuade. And because of it, changes to persuaded. Persuaded. A lot of people are easily persuaded by ads. A lot of people are easily persuaded by ads. Okay, time to practice your pronunciation. Please try to exaggerate and also say it out loud, okay? So the first one is chat. Good, it's chatted. 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 The next one is present. Great. Presented. 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 The next one is end. End. Of course, it's ended. 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 Let's carry on. Need. Great. Needed. 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 The next one is invite. Pretty good. Invited. 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 And the last one, persuade. Excellent. Persuaded. 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 So, these were my 3 common mistakes most people make when pronouncing verbs in the past. If you want me to make another video lesson helping you with your pronunciation, just let me know in the comments below. I'm happy to help. And if you really enjoyed this lesson, don't forget to press the subscribe button and share this video with your friends. Okay, see you in the next lesson. Have an outstanding day.